Legend Total War here, and today we've got a Rating Your Doomstack video covering a Clan Moors Hell Pit Abomination based Doomstack, where we've actually got quite a few heroes that I'm not actually sure I agree with a lot of these choices in here, but we'll jump into the battle, give it a go, and see how it performs. Going up against Caravan of the Blue Roses, we got 4 full stacks coming at us, so if it can manage to overcome this without too much damage, then that would be pretty impressive. So let's jump in here and see what we can do. Now, it's pretty obvious that we need to be relying very heavily on the Plague Priests. Hell Pit Abominations are good units and they got a good amount of regen, but in terms of their lasting abilities, unless you're using Clan Molder Hell Pit Abominations, then they're not going to have the stamina to endure 4 full stacks of Vampire Counts. Because one of their biggest weaknesses is that they're actually really large, which obviously you guys know that. And that just means that more entities can hit them at a time. It also means that their back is bigger, so they've got more units hitting their back, which brings anybody hitting a model's rear is there's no melee defense there, so that just goes straight down to 0. Well, only for ones that are hitting its rear. So obviously, a bigger a unit is, the bigger the task is. And yeah, these guys have some big old fucking booties, so. They're going to get hit in the arse a fair bit. At least there's no missile units coming in here, so don't have to worry about that so much. But yeah, if you were playing as Clan Molder, you could give them all kinds of mutations to give them physical resistance and whatnot, and ward save to really improve their endurance. But you know, if you wanted to see how this went in Molder, just however the results go in this battle, just assume it would be better in Molder with the mutations. Okay, so we've got an Eshin Sorcerer. I'm actually going to keep that in the middle of them because he's got the Helm of Discord, so that'll be useful. Yeah, you stay in there. Are you on foot? No, okay, you go in there. We've got 3 Brood Horrors. Now here's the thing. I actually think that Brood Horrors and Hell Pit Abominations don't work well together, right? They're a completely different type of monster. Just like saying Clan Molder monster doesn't mean shit to me. Their utility is different. The Brood Horror is a quick hit and run monster. It doesn't have anywhere near as much health as a Hell Pit Abomination, but they work better as hit and run. They've got a lot more mobility, and so getting into like a fight and just staying in there is not what a Brood Horror is supposed to do. Now I actually like a Brood Horror a lot better because they're a more tactical unit. You can do a lot more goofing up the enemy, getting their units isolated, hit and run, that kind of stuff. They're just, in my opinion, they're a much more useful unit if you have a brain. Whereas Hell Pit Abominations, while they're not slow, they will get stuck in combat, and it's very difficult to pull them out unless you're going up against something like really slow dwarfs or something like that. But typically speaking, in the vampire counts, we're not going to be able to escape combat, so they have to stay in there. So with the wizards, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these over here so they're not detected. Same thing with you. You don't need to be in combat. And we're going to have them fight here. The AI will probably try to come around this way, which will suck. But basically what we're going to do is put down Plague on them. So it's really coming down to these guys being a tar pit. Now, having the 3 Packmasters in the army, there could be a number of benefits for that, but I don't think it was really needed in this situation. So in their skill line, they increase the replenishment rate and decrease upkeep costs for Hell Pit Abominations, and that's definitely good. But in terms of this battle, they're probably not going to gel too well with them. And I'm worried that if I put them in combat there, that they're gonna underperform. They've also got these abilities here, which could help. Because yeah, really with Hell Pit Abominations, sorry, with Packmasters, they should be running around. In fact, another thing that they're really good at, they can hide, whereas Hell Pit Abominations can't hide. I'm going to leave them here to protect this over here, and we'll just see. We'll see. Let the Hell Pit Abominations do their thing. Alright, what about you as well? Alright, yeah, you should stay in there. Are you on foot? Alright. The Warlock Engineers are reasonably good fighters, and I'll pull them out if things go to shit, but we'll see. Alright, we'll see how that goes.
Ready, steady, kill!
So yeah, the heroes in the middle there, that should do alright. Okay, I'm gonna put all that in control group 2. And hang on, no, control group 3.
Killer ready!
The reason I'm doing... Oh, hang on, why don't I put that in control group 4? Yeah, okay, I'll do it that way. For their different abilities, so that way I can just cycle through when needed. Alright, they're gonna wait for their reinforcements, and that's fine. That's fine. That gives us some time to generate some magic. Alright, we'll use this. Probably could get my guy killed, but we'll see. Keep these back. Kind of feels like a disaster battle, but it is a Doomstack rating. I gotta give... This is one of those situations where I've got to do my absolute best with this battle, or else it's going to fail, because this is a lot that we're going up against. So I've got to give this the best chance it has of surviving, and, you know, try to use his army as much as possible as it was intended to use, rather than just, like, have the heroes all just fight in melee, which is useless. Try to specialize a little bit with them.
Pack obeys me, yes?
So yeah, that's definitely good, but if we're relying very heavily on... Okay, so we should rely on the magic for taking out the infantry, but the Hellpit Abominations should be pretty good at taking out the monsters. 17 bonus versus large. That counts as a melee attack and weapon strength bonus. I know that's not very clear. In fact, I didn't even know about that for a really long time. But yeah, the bonus versus large is a melee attack buff, as well as a weapon strength buff. I really think that the UI could have been better with this stuff. Because a lot of people don't know that. And you wouldn't think that unless somebody told you that that was the case. Like somebody that gone into the game files. But the game's plagued with bad UI decisions and misleading information all throughout it. Absolutely plagued with it. Total War games have always had that problem. Alright, just wait for their reinforcements to come in. They're the attackers. Alright, with 2 full stacks, it's considered evenly matched. It's not in our best interest to run around and chase them, because we've got a good defensive position here. Because, for one thing, our vulnerable units are hidden. Another thing is this acts as a bit of a... it just protects our flank a little bit. Alright. Alright, here's what we're going to do with them. Control group 5. We're going to run through this... hang on, not yet. Now, if they're coming in, that's fine. Just brace against that. No need to counter-charge. This charge isn't really going to do anything to us. Yeah. That's fine. Yep, that was very silly of them to make that attack, and the AI will do that because it doesn't have a brain. Sends its anti-infantry large units to go fight anti-large large units. Okay, these are a bit tougher of units that should be taken seriously. No need to use any plagues or anything just yet. Yeah, okay, you just stay in the middle there. Try to stay protected. Now remember, putting both of these down at the same time will not provide double effects, so wait for that one to finish before you pop it down. There we go.
Packmaster.
Okay, ooh, could get detected if we're not careful there. Oh, they did get detected. Quick, charge in. Charge in. Actually, no, go around. Lure them away. Okay, taking a little bit of damage, but they can regenerate, so it's not so bad. Keeping an eye on some stuff here. Alright, we've also got Death Frenzy if we want to use that. Okay, so you guys go around, do this stuff over here. They've got this ability here to provide individual ones with some melee attack, but I won't worry about that too much. Alright, time for some Plague. Okay, bring them up a little bit closer now. Oh, hang on. What's going on over here? They can see us. Alright, we've got Blood Knights coming in. They're gonna need some assist. Oh, hang on. They're going back into combat. Never mind. Alright, bunch of ethereal units over there. Need a plague. And don't worry about overcasting it. Let's just get some plagues in there. They seem to be completely ignoring that one. Okay, you need to get to the back if you can. See, another problem with Helpit Abominations is they're so big, it can be quite difficult to maneuver them around. Alright, let's use an overcast of Death Frenzy. Get that melee attack up. Alright, go and kill this dude over here. This one might get killed. Yeah, I can't really get it out of combat. If I can funnel a bit more of that stuff in there, that might help. Okay, just need a little bit more time so that we can generate some more magic. Come on, get that one out of there. Like I said, it's a bit of a problem with Helpit Abominations. You just can't really get them out of combat. Okay, get this guy out of here. He did alright, but there's only so much he can handle. Okay, that plague in there is absolutely wrecking them. Okay. God, that cavalry's really pinning us down. Try to pull some of these guys out before they get wiped out. Because the Helpit Abomination can actually die at like 10% health instantly due to its just the army ability, kind of. Not army ability, just they just can die. They got like a revive ability thing. I think I just lose the. It was a menace below thing. All right, come on, try to get out of there if you can. All right, let's pop some of this in here just to do something. Come on, I gotta keep these guys out of it just a little bit longer. Okay, Cleansing Ruin might actually not be... No, Plague is way better than Cleansing Ruin. Oh, these guys here. Just hold on a little bit longer. Got Plague right there. Really good anti-infantry, that. Okay, this guy's not in combat, so that should be fine to pop down on them. Those menace blows aren't that useful in this situation, but I don't know. Still think it's way more important to be using Plague over any other spell. What happened there? Oh, I think just one of our summons died. This guy here got out of his control group for some reason. God, some of our units are hanging on by a thread. They regenerate, so that's good, but they're hanging on by a thread. Alright, these ones here, they're the ones that are sitting around here. Oh, god damn, look who came over here, Strigoi Ghoul King. Try to send someone else over here to help fight. This guy here can't hold on much longer either. Let's bring him over here to help out against this.
Ready to hunt him.
This one here is nearly finished with his regeneration. Get that guy out of there. Get it out. Get it out. This shouldn't hit our own units too badly. It's not the best thing to use though. Alright, I don't think any of our units have died yet. But it's kind of difficult to keep track of it just because it's such a massive brawl. Yeah, clear this out here just so that gives them a bit of peace and quiet.
Warlock engineer.
This one as well. That could have been useful, apart from Rampage. I did forget to use that, but I don't think it mattered that much. Let's just get it out because it's about to die. Same thing with this guy here, but let's finish that one off there. Oh man, we've still got a few armies to deal with as well. Thing is, the damage is lopsided, so if we just take out the damaged ones and leave the healthy ones, these guys here, they've actually been doing a really good job just holding on. I don't know what that's gonna do. Just buy me some time there.
Protected by beasts.
That did not buy much time. Alright, the Strigoi is out of the way. Alright, looking at this. Yeah, still got to get this guy out of here before he dies. Okay, ready for another cast? Right in there. Try to pull these guys back over here. What are you doing? Over there? Shouldn't be there. The Eshin Sorcerer has actually done a really good job of not getting killed. I'll give it some credit for that. Sort of doubling up on that a little bit. Okay, I need more magic. Alright, this guy here, go back into combat. Okay, we did lose the Regiment of Renown. It died. I did try to pull it out, but, you know, of all the units that was in here, that's probably the least important to keep alive, because you can just recruit it instantly in a few turns. That's why I tell people not to put Regiments of Renown in their main armies. Okay, now, this one here is needing to get pulled out. The Brood Horror dudes are doing just fine. Not really utilizing their abilities, so I'm just trying to keep an eye on all the stuff here. Alright, loads of infantry hanging around there, that's good. Get the plague down. Alright, there's not... Oh, okay, no, there's still a full other army to come in. Good. Good. Yeah, the Brood Horrors are doing well. Oh god, this guy here is probably going to get killed. Just can't get him out of the damn combat. Come on, get this one out as well. Oh, that's... Yeah, that one's dead. There's no way that's going to get out. I mean, I'll try. No, I don't know how that's going to get out. Alright, okay, we've had a few guys here resting for a little bit. We need them to go back in and help. There's a fair few single entities here that need to be killed. Come on, you still alive? Come on, listen to my orders. You have a chance of surviving. Get ahead of there. Right, I think these guys here, they just regenerate really quickly. That's why they didn't die. Well, it looked like they were doing really well. Come on, get out of there. Hanging on by a thread there, dude. Right, you need to go back in.
Make dead.
Okay, these ones here, they're really badly damaged. Let's pull them out. Right, do we have enough for more plague? Right in there would be good. Ah, damn it, need more magic. Alright, look, you've been doing really well. I need some magic. Yep, use it. Because, yeah, if we have a look here, yeah, the Plague Priests are absolutely wrecking them. But just running out of magic. Alright, these ones here, try to keep them alive if we can.
Warlord shows meaning.
Good, you got a potion healing. Alright, looks like we've got enough magic for one more cast of Plague. Sweet. Yeah, one more.
War beast trainer.
Okay. Yeah, these ones here, just save them for the very end. No point sending them in now. They're just going to die straight away.
Lead our boss.
Alright, bounce power's in our favor, but... Okay, the reinforcements are all in now, so that's good. Now we just need to win. This guy here is getting beat up too much. I need to pull him out. Oh, yeah, he's surrounded. Okay, I need to try to get him out.
War beasts on move.
I actually find Brood Horrors to be easier to pull out than Hellpit Abominations, because they're smaller, but they kind of got really good mass. Okay, there's the army losses. We won. So I think the only casualty here was the Regiment of Renown one. I think. I'm not sure. It was really hard to keep track of it all. See it there. I tell you what, that kind of felt like a disaster battle, but that would have been a disaster battle for a vast majority of armies out there. Yeah, it was just the Regiment of Renown that died. So, if this was my campaign, I would have been perfectly fine with that. Because, yeah, the thing is, the big difference between losing a Regiment of Renown and, like, a regular unit, right, is that you've got to sit down in a region that can recruit them, or globally recruit them. So you're looking at between 3 and 6 turns recruiting these dudes. Whereas that, wait 10 turns and just bring it back instantly. No big deal. That thing has just gone on a 10-turn vacation to lick its wounds. But yeah, I was pretty happy with how that performed. And thing to keep in mind as well is that this is in Clan Moors. If it was Clan Rictus...
No need for this.
Oh, Rictus. What am I saying, Rictus? If it was Clan Mulder, it'd be way better. Okay, we don't need to do another battle. So... Just... No. Oh, come on, man. I just want to have a look at the... Oh man, it's even on easy battle difficulty we still lost. Damn. Doesn't matter. I don't need to send the save file back. Yeah, I just wanted to have a look to see what was going on, but there's nothing special about him. So we just look at a random lord to see what they're doing to boost it. So like I said, don't need to send the save file back. So it's not an actual disaster campaign. And we definitely could have won that battle manually, but typically speaking, we don't want to do multiple battles of these sort of tests. Whatever. Okay, so just find some random lord. And have a look at what you're doing in the red line here to boost the Hellpit Abomination. So they get extra speed and charge bonus. That's actually not that important for Hellpit Abominations. Because, yeah, they're sort of like a... Well, at least with this particular army, was sit down, hold your ground, and let the Plague Priest do the thing. And of course, the Plague Priest got so many kills. So, but the thing is, of the units that Clan Mold... that Skaven have... The Hellpit Abomination is probably their best unit for just holding the ground as long as possible. Because there was a lot that came at us. And then over here, we can get extra physical resistance for them. I didn't see physical resistance in this... Wait, did I? Hang on. Let me just load up the save file again. I must have missed that. Did they have physical resistance in there? Because, yeah, I can't really check that Lord, what he had, because he couldn't survive the turn there without me fighting the battle. I didn't want to. So, I'll just load up the save file and have a quick look. But yeah, if you're getting 10% physical resistance from that, that's really good. And then Clan Molder can, like, get it up even, like, significantly a lot further. Because I know that they've got a mutation for, I think, 15% physical resistance. And then there's another one for 10% ward save if you've got 4 mutations. So you'd be looking at like 30-40% physical resistance compared to 10%. Let me have a look. Yeah, look. These guys here don't... I thought so. They don't have the physical resistance, which means that this dude here isn't even maxed out. I thought so, because I looked at this before and I was like, I could have sworn these guys would have some physical resistance. Right. So yeah, it's like not even as good as it could be, even within Clan Moors. This guy here clearly hasn't... Yeah, battle skills 8. No, he could have gotten... No, hang on. You put 1 point into the first one, then you got to put 6 into the next line, and then the... So that's 7, and then the 8th. Yeah, he doesn't have enough skill points in the red line. He's missing 1 level up but to give these guys here 10% physical resistance. Interesting. But yeah, that would have done a lot better in this situation because there was quite a lot of physical attack in there, especially from like the single entities. Actually, that one there is magical. Yeah, that guy there, physical. That we took that guy out really early. But yeah, so yeah, it wasn't even maxed out. Okay, in terms of rating this, this army here relies very heavily on there being some degree of like bush cover, somewhere to hide the wizards. It was a good call for him to not put it on the plague furnace. If he had put on the plague furnace, I would have been constantly having to get guys out of the forest. Even though they did send some guys into the forest, they didn't prioritize them. That was the main thing there. So I think it was a good call for leaving them on foot. I was actually pretty impressed with the Ashen Sorcerer, but he was basically just there as a way to use the Helm of Discord. So we could have had another Chieftain, or really another Hell Pit Abomination would have been just fine, I suppose. He didn't do that much damage, but he also didn't take much damage. This Lord, I don't think is necessarily ideal for commanding a Hell Pit Abomination army, considering you've already got a Warlock Engineer here, and we weren't going to use Ruin Magic over Plague. I know they've got Death Frenzy, but their melee attack isn't the problem. They already would have been fine for that. The problem there with the Hell Pit Abominations is melee defense and like physical resistance, which we're not going to be able to provide with Ruin Magic. Buffing their melee attack up to like 200 or whatever, it's not needed, typically speaking. We just don't need to do that. So, and even so, you only need one of these spellcasters here. So switching this one out for either a Warlord or a... Because that way, if a Warlord could also have a Brood Horror mount, or you could put on a Plague Priest, Plague Greyseer with a Screaming Bell. That could have been useful as a mount. That way you've got 3 Plague characters in there. But yeah, there's definitely things that you can do to tweak this to make it more efficient. Okay, in terms of rating it, I'd say in terms of practicality, it's not very practical. Probably like medium to low, just because Hell Pit Abominations are a pain in the ass to recruit. They just take ages to recruit, and they're overly expensive, and typically speaking, I find that just throwing money into an army is not really the Skaven, like the best Skaven way to play. Skaven really thrive in using relatively cheap armies that punch way above their pay grade and do really underhanded tactics, like lots of ambushes and stuff like that. And typically speaking, this is not really geared for ambushes, so it's not really making full use of the Skaven's full strength, which is why usually weapons teams and Brood Horrors are kind of more in line with the Skaven military ethos, I suppose. But, you know, it still works. That's just in terms of practicality. In terms of strength, it was very, very strong. You know, very high strength ranking. Ease of use was sort of medium. I was struggling a little bit there to sort of juggle all the different things I could be doing, and prioritizing things of high impact and forgetting about the things of low impact, like silly buffs that only provide, you know, melee attack buffs onto one unit, like the collar stuff. I didn't really bother about that. It just wasn't that important. It's way more important to keep an eye on those health bars and make sure those plagues were going down in good spots. You know, one of those plague priests had over 1,000 kills, so I think I did a good job with that. So there's ease of use can be a bit fumbly, but overall it's a good army. Up to you if you want to build it. Not necessarily gets full thumbs up on it, but it's up to you. Anyway, that's the end of this one here, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this particular Doom stack. It definitely performed above what I thought it would. I was surprised we got out of there with just 1 casualty. I thought we were going to take a ton. So it definitely did better than I expected, but it is very expensive. That's the main thing to keep in mind. Anyway, it's the end of this one. Appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next time. Later, guys.